Razaban for FightHype.com. As always, looking sharp, slick.
Thanks, man. I'm waiting forever for Floyd to get ready for us to do this Q&A so I can bounce and go home. I'm tired today, Ras. Well, it's been hard.
It's been a long week.
It has been a long week. It's been an exciting week for boxing. It's been an excellent week for the underdog. You know what I mean? It's been an excellent week for the underdog. It's been beautiful.
I want to go back a couple of days. It was the big fight, the most anticipated fight of the year in the heavyweight division, with Tony Bellew taking that step up to heavyweight against David Haye. And I believe so, correct me if I'm wrong, that you were one of the very few people that gave Tony Bellew a very, very good chance of beating David Haye.
It's not a case of like that. Let me tell you this now, right? David Haye, David Haye, as Tony Bellew, I'll allude to what Tony Bellew said himself, he wouldn't stand a chance against that guy. David Haye was superb. But if we look at the history of great fighters and even punchers, if like David Haye is, if you don't change your style, you won't get longevity from it. And when you're 36, you get the wear and tear. And this is no disrespect, because like myself and Gary Logan, who, I mean, me and Gary Logan even fought each other. Gary Logan, who is a pro, staunch David Haye man. I'm Team Bellew. I'm very close to Dave Caldwell, but I'm also Team Haye as well. But I'm way close to Tony Bellew, and Tony Bellew's got intelligence, man, and he proved that. When you see, you know what I mean, it's like I speak regular. They're watching a lot of James Toney. They're watching a lot of Vernon Forrest versus Shane Mosley, their first fight. So timing beats speed, and we thought that David Haye would be the faster, but we're thinking of David Haye of 7-8 years ago. David Haye was a monster. He was tyrannical. This is not David Haye. You can see the wear and tear. And I knew, because when I did my prediction on the show, I didn't want to make a prediction because I know both guys, and I didn't want to disrespect David Haye, so I said David Haye. But then you can see my tweets and everything else from the Wednesday when he had the public workout. I turned to Eddie Hearn and Adam Smith and said, this man's past peak. His timing was off. Spencer Oliver was saying, nah, it's Shane's timing is off. So it's not. It's actually David Haye's timing is off. His timing was off, and you can see, like, he's got 2 gashes in his back where he's had operations. It's the wear and tear, and it's sad to see a great man, because he was great. You know what I mean? He's got to be one of the greatest, second greatest. You know what I mean? He's got to be top 3. Maybe people will argue about maybe Johnny Nelson's greater than he, but definitely Evander Holyfield, he's up there. And to see him go out like that, it's sad. That was sad. But he still believes that he's still got fights left in him. And if that is the case, God bless him. You know what I mean? And I hope that he gets a speedy recovery.
Up until, obviously, and we know today it was his Achilles that went, he had a full rupture, which is actually a very, very nasty injury.
Horrible.
I've experienced 2 in the past myself, so I know what you're going through. How did you see the fight up from round 1, 2 rounds?
This is the next thing. You see, like before the Achilles, right? Forgive me if I'm wrong, but through my scoring, and like people say, no, and I was very fortunate. Like I was peering into the ring. I was in what was I in? I was in BMG's private box, so I could peer into the ring. And from what I was seeing, Tony Bellew just last in the round. You're going to give it to him because you didn't expect him to do. You know what I mean? Similar to, what was it? April 1987, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler. Just for the mere fact of the temerity that Leonard was doing the stuff that he was doing, we're saying you're going to win the round. You know what I mean? So the boxing purists, nah, Hagler won the fight. It was very similar to this. Because he was in the fight, and David's timing was out. And I was telling you, the thing about Tony Bellew is he had regular fights, therefore that gives you timing. Do you know what I mean? And timing beats speed. All the time, timing beats speed. And that's, unfortunately, that's what happened. He was getting counted. When you seen Tony Bellew was shoulder rolling, catching a shot, you know what I mean? And then coming back with his own right hand. So going into the 6th round before the injury, I had it 2 rounds apiece, 1 even, right? But because it's Tony Bellew, it could have been 3 rounds to 2. We don't know. And then his leg went, and we don't know what would have happened prior to him. But from the first round, when Tony Bellew threw a check left hook at him, his leg just didn't look right. He kind of did a wobble kind of thing with it. And when he did that wobble, it was like, and that, to me, that's sad because, like I'm saying, David Haye's a great warrior. He's played this image like, oh, this art, I'm flamboyant, I'm this and that. But David works really hard. But unfortunately, you talk the way that you talk, then you have to back it up, and he didn't back it up. And I didn't like how the crowd turned on him at the end of it. But this guy's been a magnificent warrior for our country, and like people just they switched on him. And the same guys, did you hear the massive array of cheers that he got going into the ring? And Tony Bellew was the one that was getting booed. And then as the fight starts to turn, people, they're fickle. You know, when they switched on him, and then some guy came up to me and said, that David Haye is useless. Look at him, he's got no heart. I'm saying, how can you say the man had no heart? You know what I mean? He fought 5 rounds with a busted foot, and it was busted badly. Do you know what I mean? Come on. Give credit David Haye more juice than that, man.
So obviously, since the fight's happened, there has been talk that, when I asked this backstage, where when David Haye lost to Klitschko, he blamed his toe, and he got a lot of criticism for that.
Yeah.
Why did he blame his toe? This time round, they say it was a genuine injury that happened in the fight. Yes, everybody knew, but when you asked questions by mainstream media afterwards, David, you know, what do you make of the fight? He didn't give his
because he who knows better will do better, and he knows. Tony Bellew will say, listen, no excuses. Just remember, brother, no excuses. So therefore, a man's goal is to say, listen, anything that goes wrong, I don't want to hear no argument about anything could have gone wrong. And you can see that both things going wrong with David Haye. No excuses. And fair play to him, he didn't make no excuses, but I just don't like how the crowd switched him.
So obviously now moving forward, David Haye released that hospital, had his operation. I believe he starts his rehab tomorrow. He says...
That's going to take a year. You know, you've had 2 done, right? How long did it take to recover?
Well, I was on pushes for 6 months.
Right, so, that's it. And remember, you're getting older as well, you're 36, so by the time you're back to say you want to be fighting, you'll be 37 going on 38. Let me tell you what great champions, heavyweight champions, right? When they start fighting a certain way, what will happen is, as they get older, they will change their style. You know what I mean? George Foreman wasn't that guy that was going out trying to bomb out everybody. As Evander Holyfield started to get older, you know what I mean? He'll start jamming to your chest and things like that, and slowing down the pace. Muhammad Ali, when he had his hiatus, when he refused to go to the Vietnam War, when he came back, he wasn't the same guy, but he changed up things to match. Do you understand? You do the rope pull up. We have to do these kind of things now because he can't fight at the pace that he usually. You are seeing someone like a David Haye has not changed his style of boxing. Do you understand? It's not me being critical of his training camp, because Shane McGuigan is a good trainer. Now everyone's saying Shane McGuigan can't train, but look what he's done. He's done great things for a young kid, but the thing that he hasn't got, he ain't got that big fight experience yet. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that because he's still young. And how are you going to get experience? You're going to get experience by administering your trade, and he's doing that now. But with David Haye, his style hasn't changed. So I'm saying you're going to be fighting, you're older now, you're meant to be an older statesman, but you're still trying to fight like the David Haye or the Haymaker of 2008. That doesn't work.
So obviously with Tony Bellew now, I know Luca Bella put out a couple of tweets about we might be interested in Wilder. Your good friend Dillian White said, let's get it on in September. But
you know what?
Tony Bellew, does he have a future in heavyweight, or do you see him?
Listen to me, at the end of the day it's this, right? Tony Bellew is a fantastic human being, right? I'm not brown-nosing, I'm telling you the truth. He's a fantastic human being, got time for everyone. There's nothing that you can't ask him to do for you that he's not gonna go out and do. He is that guy, right? So, anything, and you know what, he is with the best promoter in the world right now. Matchroom is the best promotional organization. I'm not saying it because I'm at Sky. Maybe I am saying it because I'm at Sky, but it's a bottom line, even if I wasn't there, they are the best promotional group. So therefore you'd look for Eddie Hearn to get him now, because I think David Haye was #1 contender. He's now #1, he's #2 for the WBO for Joseph Parker. So he could get a shot at Joseph Parker. He could even get a shot at Deontay Wilder, right? And the thing about it is this, Tony Bellew, even though he's not a big guy, but he's a better boxer than that Gerald Washington guy the other day. And Gerald Washington was winning that fight as far as I'm concerned. So anything is possible.
That was a 5-round fight, wasn't it?
It was a 5-round fight.
How many rounds did you give to Washington?
4.
Wow.
Right, 4. And then, I mean, Wilder does what he does best. Wilder by name, Wilder by nature, does that Captain Caveman style, and swings till it's all over.
So, where would you like to see Tony then? Do you want a kind of a logical opponent for him? Because obviously David, they're roughly about the same weight, they're roughly about the same size, the way they look. People are anti-Joshua Wilder, they're quite 6'7".
Guys, those guys are big guys, right? But what I'm trying to say is this, right? The guys lived the dream, right? It was in the Rocky movie. Do you understand? The guy won the world title at Goodison Park. and he's just beat David Haye. You know what I mean? He can do anything he wants to do, because whatever he does right now, nothing can top those nights. So anything he does now is just an added plus. I mean, if he wants to go on and he gets a shot at the world title, fingers crossed. Whatever it is, like I said, I'm Team Bellew, good guy. I'm always going to props him.